I'm at the Rubus, a weekly podcast where we talk about Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival.
We're talking about Bonnaroo from Bonnaroo, though.
We're here, standing in front of the What stage? All right, with me, I have Daniel.
I'm Daniel, and we got a new bud over here.
We got a new buddy. What's your name, bud?
Nice to see y'all. Joseph Ayers here. Nice to meet y'all.
Awesome.
That's so funny. You have the same last name as my wife used to before she married me.
I hope that doesn't bring anything up.
I don't know. Some cousins here. Hey, Brooklyn, what's going on? We're about 25 minutes away from Tool playing.
Yes, and then we're going to go see Porter Robinson.
We have a wild night planned. It's Saturday.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, today has definitely been the best day, the best vibes out of all of Bonnaroo this whole time. Like, it's just been insane.
What's been your favorite so far?
You know, honestly, okay, so I will say that I wasn't an Millennium fan, but I had promised Joe that since the schedule dropped, that I would go with her to see Millennium, and we actually got Rail.
Right in the middle.
You know, I went into there not liking Millennium, not knowing anything about Millennium. I've tried to get into his music, but it just didn't work. Now I'm a fan.
No, bro,
he threw down. It was amazing.
I knew you was up in there.
It was emotional. It was an emotional roller coaster. It was so awesome. And it was so nice seeing Joe, have the time of her life.
That was her version of me seeing Tame a couple months ago. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I saw her cry.
Oh, yeah. What are you most excited to see, Joe?
Honestly, not necessarily most excited to see, but biggest surprise, Billy Strings.
Billy Strings.
Just destroyed
He's so
it.
good.
I would have never considered myself a bluegrass fan, but I guess I am now. That was ridiculous.
If you mixed up a lot of jam bands with bluegrass, where he's got kind of effects going on his guitar and jamming and going kind of psychedelic, it's so cool.
It was just you don't even have to be close for a show like that, you know, no matter where you are. And that's kind of the beauty of Bonnaroo, is just new music, new artists, discovering.
Yes.
And I had a great discovery today.
I'm so happy for you.
It's been a great room.
What's been your favorite?
My favorite today, obviously, the Backseat Lovers. I cried once more.
You're jealous of
I got to
see. Meet them.
Oh yeah, I'm so jealous. But he showed them a Snapchat that he screenshotted a Snapchat and showed them. Yeah.
That's so cool.
But yeah, Backseat Lovers is great. Bonnaroo, aka Seth, and Ada and her boyfriend Grant were there with me, and it was just wonderful.
Me and Grant had an adventure last night at King Gizzard.
It was such a good way to start out the day. What's been your favorite, Dan?
Oh, you already know, King Gizzard. I had the time of my life.
You got levitated?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to tell this story later because we're waiting on Tool right now. But yes, that totally happened. We'll tell you about it later.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap this
let's forward it to future us.
Yes.
At Sunday.
All right.
Or maybe tonight. We'll see.
Yeah. Happy Roo, guys.
All right, I'm out here next to the bus out here in Plaza 5, and I have a very special guest all the way from Arlene, Texas, I believe, came out to his first Bonnaroo. Sir, can you tell me how you've enjoyed the festival?
I've really enjoyed the festival, except I'm a little concerned about the lack of propane.
Oh, man. I see that they're cooking some stuff over here. Are they using charcoal or propane?
It looks like a butane regulator. The bastard gas.
Sir, what has been your favorite band here?
I'd have to say the Dixie Chicks, although I don't know why they're called the Chicks. Must be because all the PC.
I understand you also saw a little bit of Tool. How'd that work out for you?
Boy!
Okay, though, for real though, this is Zach. He does such a good impression. Zach,
What's going on, everybody?
You are the biggest Tool fan I know. Mm-hmm. You were in the pit last night.
Mm-hmm. And
How was it?
And I was at the front of the rail, pretty much. Yeah.
Tell us about the whole thing.
Well, I've been waiting 3 years to see Tool since they got on the lineup for 2020. Then after everything happened, a lot of delays, and just a lot of personal stuff I went through. You know, it was good to finally see one of my favorite bands of all time, at their peak, And honestly, I was just speechless the whole time. I rocked out for the first couple of songs, but then I just took it all in. Just watched them play, just let it all take in. It was like riding pretty much like surfing a hurricane, pretty much. a tempest, so to speak.
I told you, I hope your ear was burning about 10 minutes before that show started, because there was a group of probably like 15 of us behind the sound booth, and we were all talking about you. Like, I was really hoping you were in that pit. I was like so happy for you, man. I know you've been looking forward to that for a really long time. I totally get it. And let me just tell you, it blew me away. They've never been one of my bands, but like 10 minutes into that, I was like, okay, I see why people love this.
Yeah, it's like Tool has a very niche audience. Like, there's a lot of people who are in like their 50s and to 60s onward who are huge Tool fans since day one. And to see that, you know, us younger folk, you know, in our 20s, 30s, you know, that were getting into Tool just as they were with their new album, Fear Inoculum, the first one they released in 13 years, coming back, and seeing that it hit number one on the charts, beating Taylor Swift of all people. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
There's memes about it. Look it up. Like, there's even a lot of tweets you can look up saying, like, you know, I got nothing against Taylor Swift, but their fans are funny because they were like, who the hell is Tool? I mean...
Well, that's the funny thing about, like, Tool playing a festival like this. I feel like Tool just gained a lot of fans last night from people that didn't know him very well.
I really hope they did, because I turned back, you know, a couple of times to see how thick the crowd was.
It's pretty big. She thick.
I could not see how thick it was, but, you know, where I was at, you know, with the crowd and everything, that was like the peak energy, you know, that I could feel. Everybody who wanted to see them was there, you know, and...
Well, I can tell you, we slipped out about halfway through because we were having a long night. We went to see Porter Robinson for a little bit after that, and it took me a good bit to snake my way out of that crowd. It was a pretty big crowd back there, so... Yeah, everybody is following your lead, Zach. I think there's a lot of new Tool fans after last night, dude. You still glittering. I'm looking at you. You still got the glitter on your face from last night.
Yeah, this is glitter from 2 days ago.
So I think we're about to go see our buddies Flip Turn. They're playing their Sunday set, and I think we're going to Water Slide after that. You want to go with us?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey guys, it's Daniel and Charlotte. We're like out here in front of the arch. Should we go to the Monkey Bar first? No, we're going to go see Flip Turn, so we need to be on our way.
Yeah.
So, Charlotte, how have you been feeling this weekend?
I'm feeling fantastic.
I'm pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I've already got going on one of these drinks somebody gave me. It's true. It's the last day. It's Sunday.
Hey, thanks to Mike of Maryland for giving me this Old Bay Summer Ale. It's made by Dead Rise. It's amazing.
What's up? Free beer? Sure, why not?
Okay.
This guy handed me something. All right, walking over here to the arch on Sunday. The line has got... Okay, Charlotte. We gave them some heat the other day because there was some dangerous situations with the arch, but they have gotten a lot better. It was pretty tough on Thursday, but it's gotten so much better every day. I think they figured it out.
I think I know how they figured it out, but I don't know if I should publicly say it.
Just say it. Just say it. Just say it.
I mean, it doesn't appear that they're checking us thoroughly.
Not really. Hey, Bonnaroo people, please don't be mad. I took in a little bourbon last night. I promise it was only bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We're going through the line, but it's only like noon on a Sunday, so there's no like high five line or anything. Oh, we can just sneak through. That's kind of cool. Hey, we'll get back with you guys later. Hey, Charlotte, we're in Bonnaroo now. We went through the line. Yeah. We had to pause. We realized there was no line whatsoever to come through the arch at like noon on a Sunday. That was fun. All right, so we're walking over here. Where the heck are we? We're like in front of the witch stage. It's empty right now.
There's way more sponsor like little tents and stuff inside Bonnaroo, and I think that's one reason it feels more crowded than it actually is.
A little bit. I think they made some like logistical choices to make it feel a little crowded.
Yeah.
There are more sponsor things. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of like overloading it with sponsor because you want to feel like you're in a different place away from like the corporate world. So I've purposely gone out of my way to not interact with a lot of them that's just here to like sell something.
Yeah.
But I'm going to change my tune. There are a number of sponsors here that are I have seen your good fits. I'm going to call it Dunkin' Donuts. They've been very kind. They're not pushing their corporate agenda. They're just handing out coffee and donuts. And if you make the mental connection, hey, these are good people, you'll probably go back. I think that's a good sponsor.
Verizon, you can go in there and charge your phone for free. So that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. As long as, okay, I have a problem if they're like just giving away silly things that you're going to throw away tomorrow and cause waste with,
Right.
just to get your email address or whatever.
Right.
But if you're actually providing a good, positive service, and you're just trying to make a mental connection with somebody, like, hey, I remember them. They hooked me up at Bonnaroo.
No.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
No, Verizon was giving out free water, and you could charge your phone for free. And it was like air conditioning in there. So I was like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, there's a few that I think, like, okay, this isn't a fit. But, I mean, I'm literally walking in Cindery right now, so I don't want to talk negative about anybody. Yeah. We're over here, I don't know if you hear it in the background, but we're next to the fountain. It looks like they have last year's paint job. They just kept it. But it's nice. It's pretty this year.
Cool.
Kind of trippy looking. Anything else you noticed in Cindery while we're walking through?
No, I just think that they like pushed it in and added like way more things in the middle to make it feel more crowded.
Yeah.
The only way you can tell that there are lower numbers is there's been so many shows that I've been able to just walk right up to.
Yeah, I literally walked into the pit last minute for Robert Plant and Allison Krause the other day.
Yeah, I walked into the pit for the Dixie Chicks. I walked right up front for Porter Robinson last night. I mean,
do you think we should try to get it in the pit for Stevie tonight, or is it not worth it?
I just want to chill in the back.
You want to chill? Okay,
I'm gonna be so done by that point.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's kind of our tradition, is chill in the back Sunday night. Yeah. All right, so we're walking up to this tent right now. We're gonna go support our flip turn friends. Oh, while it's on our mind, the flip turn was freaking amazing for our thing on Wednesday. Oh my gosh.
Oh, they brought it every step of the way.
I want to really thank them too, because it feels good on Sunday today, but Sunday was brutal, and they like really toughed it out up there to play for us for like.
Did you say Sunday was brutal? You mean?
Oh, today is Sunday. It's like a low 80. Tuesday was brutal. It was like 95 when they played.
Yeah. Oh my God, they brought it.
Yeah. I went backstage with them after they were done, and they just had to lay down and be fanned because it was so hot. I love them so much. They really put their all into that.
Yes. Oh my God, they are so amazing.
We're walking up to this tent now. It sounds like they're sound checking. It's not like it matters because you're going to hear this after the fact, but we're going to hold up Ricky, make sure they know we love them.
Yes.
Anything else, Charlotte, before we cut off for now for this clip?
I just really want to thank Flip Turn for coming out on Tuesday.
Seriously.
Like, that was just like, they brought it, played so hard. There was like, we had like a good, like, maybe 1,000 folks showed up for that.
Yeah, that was wild, man. That was so fun. Thank you to everyone that came out. That was so sweet of y'all.
Thank you so much.
I hope we got to everybody and gave you something.
Like,
yeah.
that was just amazing. Oh my God. We pulled it off somehow. Well, Bonnaroo helped us pull it off.
Oh, the Bonnaroo production team was so sweet and so amazing.
The stage lady over there, I can't think of her name. Lisa. Oh
Yes.
my God. Shout out to Lisa. She is amazing.
She said she's been doing this like 10, 15 years.
She's like incredible. Like, I cannot like go on enough about her.
That's exactly the kind of person you want to know that's like in charge at Bonnaroo. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, she's like flipping amazing.
Okay, we're here at this tent. That whole conversation just happened between the bathrooms in front of what? Over to like the wood tent. Took 4 minutes and 12 seconds. All right, see you guys later.
Bye.
Oh my God, we're in the middle of the flip turn show.
It's amazing.
This is such a rager. I'm so happy there's so many people here.
Oh my God, there's like so many people here.
Oh my God. Let's go. Let's go.
I just met Daniel from Storytime at the Real
What's your
Fest.
name?
My name is Lindsay Lyle from Virginia. I'm with my friend Allie from Charleston.
What was your favorite? What was your favorite all weekend?
I needed some Zach Brown in my life.
Oh yeah.
Back home. Back home.
I love this guy.
I love you. Happy Rue. Welcome home.
All right, I'm here with Joseph. Joseph, this is your first Rue. What have you thought so far?
I have been blown away. See, all the things that Charlotte and Daniel have told me, I mean, it's magical here. I mean, life is different here on the farm. It's different in a good way. It's accepting, it's open. I understand what, the farm provides in ways that you just least expect, and you share, and everyone's open, and it's just so loving. And I have never felt more open and accepted and just free and full of life.
That's so funny. Charlotte and I and others have been joking. Like, I feel like you have like full sent it. We know some other people that came for the first time and maybe didn't like really totally get it, but I feel like you have gotten it more than anybody as a rookie than I've ever met.
yeah, still, like, I've gotten out and gotten lost. As those say, you get lost and you discover more.
Lost in the sauce?
Yeah, well, I mean...
Did you get lost in the sauce?
I mean, looking around, because you don't know where you're going, because everything is so new. There's so much stimulus that you're just obsessed, and you just reach this point of just being in the moment. All of the fantastic performances that were at the other stage, I pretty much...
Who's your favorite?
Black Tiger Sex Machine, all-time
so.
favorite. That was fantastic last night. And all of the mixes that went on Into the Woods, I raved up and down.
You've been thriving up in there.
I have seen several sunrises.
How much sleep are you operating on right now?
You don't sleep at Bonnaroo. You live at Bonnaroo. So I've got a few hours under my belt, but...
Or did you?
Yes, you meet. I have met so many amazing people here. Fellow first-timers or people that have been here multiple times.
My man comes up in here today and he's like, "Oh, the dark rooms sleep fantastically."
Yep. So I rolled up in here looking like a fresh book this morning, as I was told, coming into the bus, but. It was so much fun. It's been exciting, and best part, I am looking forward to next year.
So you will be back, no question.
I will be back, absolutely.
Okay. You told me Black Tiger Sex Machine was your favorite act. What's been your favorite thing, like other than live music, out in the campgrounds or whatever?
I have to say, like going through the Bonnaroo line, like the High Five Friday, the energy of going into Centeroo. There is no strangers at Bonnaroo.
No, absolutely not.
That is the absolute, like, just, and the sharing. Like, you come here, and if someone has a need and you can provide, you freely give, you freely receive, and it's just been this absolute loving, accepting experience, and it's just like therapy.
I'm so happy that you get it. Like, there's a small percentage of people that come through that don't. Like, and they're one and done, and that's okay. They tried it. It's just not for them. But it's for you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if the music doesn't meet my taste, per se, with certain lineups, it's the overall community that makes Bonnaroo what it is.
I'm so happy that you get it. You understand why this is like one of our things now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I could do without another Cotton Eye Joe mix-up.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about that. This is just like our deal over here. So we're out here now. We're inside the Rebus now at Plaza 5 on Sunday afternoon. And for those that didn't make it, we're over here right across from a tent that's been doing like, I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, the Galactic Giddy-Up tent.
At 2 a.m.,
dancing. They're
playing like what is best described as like trying to be EDM, but really kind of...
No, that is an insult. It's
what is it,
up,
man? How do you describe it?
It's straight up attempting to be cool at line dancing.
I appreciate the effort that they tried something a little bit Tennessee and a little bit different than the rest of the Bonnaroo experience.
I will say one of the
I won't say anything negative, so I don't have anything else to say.
One of the best performances in there this week was DJ Catlow.
Oh, how about that?
Absolutely.
Dude, that was wild. I was very blessed. That worked out very well. What's your other favorite campground experience besides we're in the woods?
The absolute sort of... It's cool to see all the flags. I wasn't expecting all the like representation and the flags and all of the absolute the colors and diversity, and it's weird just standing in line to just use the porta potties. You just make the bestest friend that lasts the rest of your life. So the best part in the campground has to be what is meeting and chatting and just discovering.
That's why I always tell people, man, like when you're waiting on anything, like a show, the bathroom, like lunch, whatever, like strike up a conversation with the person next to you. Ask what their name is, where they're from, what show they've enjoyed. You're going to make a best friend. You're going to see that person probably again, especially at a slightly smaller Bonnaroo like this. You're probably going to see you're going to run into some of the same people a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see the same totems or the same, whatever. You'll see something that makes you realize, oh, I met this person the other day.
And meeting that person, you could discover something else. Like they saw this show where they're going to this one. Then you join them, and that could be something that jumpstarts a new musical taste for you.
This is what I'm going to tell you and everybody else. Like, it goes deeper than that. So you're going to find that you connect with all these people, and you connect online, and you're going to stay in touch throughout the rest of the year, and you'll get back together here or another time. Maybe you'll see each other, you know, in the off season when there's not a Bonnaroo, and you're going to find that all these people are connected. We are so blessed that, like, we've been coming for almost a decade now, and there's this core group of people that we are good friends with. We know we have a place to crash throughout the rest of the year. If we're coming through town, we go out for lunch and things like that. It's far beyond. I mean, clearly, it's almost as if Bonnaroo is a convention for this same giant social circle. You know, we finally all get together this one, you know, almost a week now, but we all see each other. We crash at each other's house or have mini brew or meet for lunch or a show if we're coming through town or whatever. You're going to find that to be the case too.
And my Bonnaroo outfit game is going to step up next year. I see, looking out and seeing all these gorgeous outfits and just craving just all of this wonderful color and sparkle.
What do you want to wear?
Glitter. I don't know. I have to start shopping. Like when we get back, I have to start Bonnaroo.
You need to talk
planning.
to Ben. Ben is very good.
Yep, Ben is pretty amazing.
Ben had a giant like wing set that like lights up with LEDs and stuff. I don't know if Ben was wearing it here, but Ben.
Yeah, I've seen all types of glow. I've learned so much about the glow, twirl, all these gorgeous things. So I'm very much looking forward to my next
full
Bonnaroo
send
experience.
2023.
Yep.
All right. Who would you like to see play here next year?
I want to see Dolly Parton at Bonnaroo.
Well, who doesn't?
Okay, it would be great if the combo, you could have her goddaughter, Miley Cyrus, and Dolly singing.
Nobody's going to argue that.
That would be an absolute...
Well, both are from here.
Both
down
are
the road.
from here. And
Yeah.
it would be Tennessee pride. It would be just... I mean, and who doesn't represent, you know, goodness and wholeness and love more than Dolly Parton?
I know. Everybody's been saying this for years. Like, we found some of our buddies that run the other podcast, the What Podcast, talked to some of the bookers a year or two ago, and they ask her or her camp every year, like, please come to Bonnaroo, and they're just waiting on the call back. Yep. I don't know why. It's in her backyard, and she should know that everyone loves her here. This place would explode if she showed up.
It would.
Yeah. It's a perfect fit. I also feel that Gaga would do great here.
She sure would.
There's been rumors floating around for years. I don't know if it's in the near future or the far future, but I feel like Gaga coming to the farm is inevitable because it's such a good fit. It's one of those deals, like, I heard, okay, so I'm going to give you a little, and everybody else, a little inside baseball. I heard back in the day when Paul McCartney came in 2013, that's something that had been in the works for years.
Oh, it has to be.
It wasn't something
like
that you don't just call up the year before and say, like, hey, can we book you from Bonnaroo? It's something that happens very far in advance. I feel like maybe those talks have been happening with Gaga and her camp for a long time.
Because there would be a lot of logistics to go into it. Because she's a big performer.
She has a big production and everything. We saw her in Atlanta a number of years ago, and it is a big deal. For her, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, you saw how it was popping off in the House of Yes. They were playing some of her songs, and everybody exploded.
And, okay, speaking of the House of Yes, the Pride Parade was just stellar. I mean, it was on point. It was just rainbow. It was love. It was music. It was dance. It was the best Pride I have ever been to.
Really?
Really.
You've been to a number of them.
I have been to a number of them, but by far, it was the most energetic. Just
I saw you dancing.
I saw
you dancing
in the back. I was dancing and carrying on in the back, and the House of Yes puts on a good show.
I love them so much.
Whether it's the little cinema show reenactments that they do, to just the dance parties, the Pride event, they are a perfect addition to Bonnaroo.
I'm so happy that the Rainbow Mafia, or is that how you phrase it?
The Rainbow Mafia. That's a good one.
That they have found such a good home at Bonnaroo the past number of years. Listen, I mean, we don't have to go into the details, but we're in the deep South. I know it can be tough, but you come here and you tell me, I assume you feel like way more accepted than you do in the real world, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, there is overall here at Bonnaroo, it's a message of love, and with love comes acceptance, and just loving everyone. Everyone is your neighbor here. Everyone is your brother, your sister, your Bonnaroo dad, Bonnaroo mom, and you just take care of each other, and by learning and knowing that, you become a stronger, greater community.
Listen, I know by the time you leave on like Sunday night, Monday morning, your body feels wasted, but your soul is recharged for so long.
Well, I'm full of energy. I mean, I
know. I felt pretty good too.
It's like this. You may not be having like a physical body vacation because you're really putting out all this energy, dancing, but it is an absolute mental vacation.
Yeah. The rest of the summer, I guarantee you are gonna feel so recharged. Until it starts cooling down in the fall, you're gonna be thinking about this, and you're gonna be playing like EDM music, and you're gonna be like feeling a lot better about yourself and your world and the people around you, just by nature of having this happen for a week. Like, you have a lot more optimism, and it's hard to describe until you've done it, but you get it now, I guess, right?
You have a greater sense of faith for the world.
Holy crap.
You come here escaping what is the crap that's in the world that you're living in, and then you come to this magical place, and my big takeaway is I'm going to take Bonnaroo and make Bonnaroo all year.
Yes.
Make Bonnaroo
you get it.
year round.
You get it.
Radiate positivity, shine your love.
And it's not the corporate entity. It's the mindset and the people.
Let the business make
listen. All right, I'm not to be dark, but one day Bonnaroo, the trademark, will go away. It'll probably be in the far future, but the idea and the people are never going away. They only had Woodstock 2 or 3 times. The only real one was in '69, but the idea has lived on for decades. It will be the same here. This is like kind of like the spiritual successor to it in so many ways. And it's carried on like the same idea of like universal acceptance and love. And it's kind of like a thesis statement almost. If that makes any sense. But you get it. I'm so happy that my heart is so full that you get it. Okay, Justin. We ranted for a long time. For 13 minutes.
13 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess people will find you here in 2023.
Yes.
My boy full sending it over here. All right. Thank you, Justin.
Peace out.
Hey everybody, we're back home here in Huntsville, Alabama. How are you feeling, Daniel?
A little better. So I think I'm starting to feel like a human again. I actually passed out. Brooklyn did too yesterday when we were on the way out on Monday morning. I think we just hit the point where our bodies were like, nope, you're done.
Yeah.
But you're feeling okay? You didn't hit that point.
I have to poop.
Well, who doesn't? I think you forget about that kind of thing in your usual bodily schedule when you're at Bonnaroo and having a good time. But I think we're slowly getting back into the routine. So everything that you just heard was recorded at the farm. But since things are crazy there, we wanted to kind of finish things up here at home now that we're a little bit more clear-minded, and just give like a quick thought about everything that happened, how it went. Do you want to start? What did you think of this Bonnaroo overall compared to the others?
So I got this really good poke bowl, and I turned around and dumped it on myself.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Oh, God. No, this Bonnaroo started out, kind of like, oh, my gosh, this jam track thing, and oh, my gosh, now am I going to walk? This Bonnaroo slapped. Oh, my God.
Oh, really? Tell me why you say
clutch. That. Oh, my gosh. I knew it would. I knew I would see all my friends, and I knew that the community would come together, and I knew that this is my place, man. This is my place.
Yeah.
This is where we need to be.
Yeah, so we will have much more about it to say next week after we've kind of collected ourselves and our thoughts. The first 2 days, things started out a little shaky. Jam track started late. I'm not sure that it ever worked perfectly at all, but that's okay. That's just a way for them to see how to improve it for next year. The line was a bad mess the first day or two. Let's be honest. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way. I was a little upset because I saw somebody like really have a very bad medical emergency when we got called in it Thursday night. But I think they realized it. They heard from the community and they went through a number of changes. They didn't open another entrance, but they really fixed the arch entrance. It was still a walk for a lot of people, but it was a lot easier once they fixed what basically was a very bad safety issue.
Yeah.
And I will give them very good credit. They learned from it and they really improved. Next year will probably be a bigger Bonnaroo again, so I would be shocked if that entrance next to the tower wasn't opened back up. That was a problem, but let's give them credit. They did the right thing. They fixed it. Very good work from them backstage to fix the entrance problem for the most part. Like you mentioned, jam tracks, I think they got a lot to learn from. One thing I did want to go ahead and talk about and get out of the way, we will talk more about this later because I want more women to chime in. Please, Charlotte, you chime in on this. Mm-hmm. There was a bad problem this year with women being harassed out in the campgrounds. Let's be honest. Brooklyn experienced it. I'll let her speak to her own experiences later when she comes back. I heard from a lot of other women who were dealing with the same problem. It was a problem. That's something that needs to be fixed. I don't know if they need to screen their contractors better. I don't know, but it's a problem that needs to be fixed. Did you have anything to add to that?
No, I read about it and I heard about it, and someone that's very dear to us, besides Brooklyn, experienced it, and you don't think that these things really happen until it happens to you. Yeah,
exactly. My inclination is to believe any woman who says anything like that. I think those stories need to be heard. They definitely need to be fixed. Yes. That is the main problem that needs to be fixed for next year, because a lot of women look forward, and people that identify as women look forward to coming to this for 3 years, and they shouldn't be harassed when they're just going about their business and having fun out in the campground. That's all I'll say about that, because I want more women to speak up about the issue. I just want to be in their corner and be like, hey, this is a problem. We see your stories. We hear your stories. We want this to be fixed next year. Okay, back to positivity. That's just constructive, not really negativity, but I just want to see those problems fixed. Back to positivity. Positivity. I'm still collecting my thoughts and getting my brain back. Let's list the things that were great this year, that were changes and additions. I'm going to start with the fans in the tent.
That was amazing.
Oh my gosh. Goodness. Yeah. I heard people say that it worked a little too well because when it cooled off the other night and the 100 Gex were playing, apparently it got a little cold in there. Mm-hmm. So that's a good problem to have, get a little cool at Bonnaroo.
Right.
What else stood out to you as a great improvement and something that worked great?
That stage over at Group. They had some stages, actual stages out in the campgrounds. I thought that was super cool.
Yeah, great production on that.
Great production.
Thank you to Bonnaroo for basically letting us have the run of that place for a couple of hours for Flip Turn and Get Weird. That was a lot
amazing.
Of fun. Thank you to everyone that came. I know it was insanely hot. It was like Satan's anus out there when we were throwing our party. I appreciate you being there.
Just big kudos to Bonnaroo for doing that. For the stage manager, Lisa, oh my goodness. She was incredible. Yeah. She's amazing.
And also at the Galactic Giddy Up, that smaller tent, they basically like, hey, here's the mixer. Here's how it works. Knock yourself out. That is so cool that Bonnaroo just like pretty much gave it to the groups.
Right.
They like were like, hey, you got DJs around? Here's how to plug it in. Have fun. Right. Have a good time.
So cool.
Yeah. They let us plug in some of our own equipment and had the run of the place. So amazing. That's some of my best feedback. That was so welcome. To basically give stuff to the community for the week. That is so appreciated.
That is just, yes.
Yeah, we can't thank Bonnaroo enough.
Phenomenal.
I'd love to see more of, it makes sense that they would start doing that sort of stuff in the group area, but I would love to see them do that in other areas as well in the future. The feedback form has gone out. It went out just about an hour before we started recording this last bit. Go fill that out. Let them know what worked, what didn't. If you didn't like the line, if you didn't like jam tracks, if you were harassed, you should go tell them. But also give them constructive feedback about, hey, here's what I want to see. Here are my ideas. And there's also a space where you can tell them who you would like to see play in the future. They very much do listen to that.
Yes.
Who do you want to see, Charlotte? Yes.
Well, Gaga, number one.
Yeah, we want Gaga. We're here at the Rubus. We are totally in favor of having Gaga headline the next year or two. Who else?
Who else do I personally want to see?
Yeah.
Don't laugh.
I won't.
Green Day.
I heard very good things about Green Day over at Shaky Knees in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think that would go over pretty well. I think it would surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
What was your biggest surprise of the weekend?
Teddy Swims.
I missed that.
Teddy Swims. Oh, you got to check out Teddy Swims.
Teddy Swims.
His voice, incredible. And someone told us that they went to high school with him. And he's like one of these like genuinely nice people, which I love that. So Teddy Swims.
Big surprise for me. your boy Zach Bryan. I know you were like basically on the rail for that. I was like in the back of the tent trying to find you. I never did, but I got there with about 20 minutes left in that show, and holy crap, what a throwdown that was! That was one of the best crowds of the weekend too.
Oh my goodness.
I put some of that in the episode just a little bit earlier, just so people could get a taste of it.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness. I think next week we will have more to say. I want to hand out our Ruies. Joseph brought that up. Yeah, Joseph brought that up. So between now and next week, we're going to like brainstorm and come up with categories and winners. I already have a couple of them in mind. We'll share later.
I've got one in mind.
Yeah, if anybody has any suggestions for the Ruies,
tell us.
Tweet at us.
You got any nominations for the Ruies?
Yeah, and
Please.
these are going to be like community based. So like we're not going to go like, oh, who was your favorite band or stuff like that. It's going to be like who made stuff happen, who did cool things, who had the best totem, stuff like that. I already have in mind a nomination for the best Bonnarooian. I'm going to tell you when we stop recording, and we will tell you guys next week. And we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. Charlotte, anything else you want to say before we start wrapping up? I want this episode to mostly be from the farm.
No,
that's it.
I think Bonnaroo, after 3 years, this one slapped. I mean, it was amazing.
Absolutely.
I mean, even though it started out kind of shaky, oh my gosh! And thank you to Flip Turn again.
Seriously.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. Flip Turn just brought it.
If we start handing out thank yous, we're going to forget somebody. Got to thank Flip Turn, obviously, most of all.
I will just
Yeah.
Oh, thank you to Julia from Lexington for this painting.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, Charlotte posted that online. You guys got to check that out.
Oh my goodness!
She put it on her mantle. I'm looking at it right now. It's
on the mantle.
In our living room.
The mantle. You got to check that out. I posted it on our Instagram.
It's amazing.
Just go check that out. Oh my goodness! It was the girl that was doing the toy exchange.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I can't get over this. Cannot get over this.
Gosh, there will be so many other thank yous. We might have to get to that next week.
Yeah, we'll have to, because I would just leave people out.
The biggest thank you is literally to everyone who stopped by and saw us.
Yes.
And showed us so much love. I want to thank you so much. We got so many little gifts and things. People brought us beer. We are undeserving.
But we are very, 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 I'm going to start crying. We're very undeserving. We don't deserve any of that. It's you guys that make Bonnaroo.
Please.
It's you that makes Bonnaroo.
What I told a number of people, and what I want you to do, if you feel like you need to thank us for anything, I want you to turn that thought around, and I want you to think about how you can pay it forward.
Right.
I promise you, we are just trying to lead by example. We want you to contribute to this community. We want you to make something awesome happen for everybody else, or even just one person. Hand out gifts. Do something kind. What you just experienced this past week is what the world should be and could be if we just put in a little effort into it. So if you want to thank us, go do that. Go make something awesome happen. I'll tell you in a minute, but you already know what I'm going to tell you. This was a lot of fun. This was a different Bonnaroo. It had a different vibe because we've been away for a couple of years, and things started out a little funky, but they got fixed for the most part. We would just have more to say next week because we're still kind of rebooting our brains and getting back into the real world today. Anything else, Charlotte?
I think that does it.
That does it. So I think we will do the Ruies next week. And here's the plan. We're going to keep doing weekly for a little while. We want to get on a lot of people just to tell us like their favorite acts and funny things that happened to them or whatever. But after things simmer down, I think we might be going to bi-weekly. I don't have any time frame for that in mind yet. And we may stay out weekly. We'll just kind of make a decision here in the next couple of weeks. But as things slow down, there will be less to talk about in the Bonnaroo world. But that doesn't mean that Bonnaroo is ever over. It is not. Bonnaroo is 365 days a year, baby. You just keep that going. Keep that spirit going that you just experienced this past week. Pay it forward. Do something awesome for someone. Don't let this go. It's so easy to become cynical in this world, but you just saw the best things to help you stay positive. So you already know where I'm going with this. We'll see you guys in a week. Get out there and radiate positivity.
Bye.
See you real soon.
I don't know. Oh, well.